I don't know what it is about the Liberal Party of Canada. I guess they like being shredded on the internet, but they keep posting the absolute dumbest things to social media, assuming they're going to get some propaganda value out of it when they've really just created the perfect hoop for conservatives to dunk on. Right now, the Liberal Party of Canada is trying to claim that Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre is a threat to the free press and is far right. This is what they seriously posted on X from their official account. It reads, just like far-right American politicians, when Pierre Poilievre doesn't like a question or things don't go his way, he attacks journalists and our free press. That's not leadership. So because Pierre Poilievre doesn't like government-subsidized journalists trying to ask him smear questions accusing him of being far-right, that makes him far-right for taking issue with the questions and going after the journalists who ask them. Remember, Justin Trudeau's Liberal Party just did this last week.
Ms. Freeland, how come the IRGC is not a terrorist group? Why is your government supporting Islamo-nationalism? What? Excuse me. What are you doing?
You're under arrest for assault.
What, sir?
Why are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault.
Who are you?
You're under arrest for assault. Police.
The Liberal government took Rebel News founder Ezra Levant to court because he wrote a book, The Liberanos, critical of the Liberal Party and released it during the 2019 election and had the temerity to advertise his own book during the election. That is insane. There was dozens of other books that were pro-liberal released during that election. None of those people were taken to court, and Ezra Levant lost that because our court system is completely screwed. But the Liberals also have forced True North and Rebel News to have to sue every single election cycle that they've run in order to get into the official debates, because the Liberals block them from being able to actually ask the leaders questions after the official debates. This is not a pro-free press government, and it's so obvious to everyone. It's the reason why in this post right here about Poilievre, there is over 3,200 comments, and there was only 908 likes. That is a textbook ratio. I have a comment underneath that post, and it has like 540 likes. I'm over half of what the Liberals have in terms of their likes, and I'm just some random reply in the comments. Everyone knows that the Liberals are full of it. Bill C-18, Bill C-11 are not meant to, strengthen the free press like the Liberals say. I can't use my Facebook account for the National Telegraph. It had 75,000 people following it. That's why I do this YouTube show, because I can't write and distribute articles anymore. Bill C-11 is going to start determining who's Canadian enough to actually have their own content discoverable on platforms like YouTube and other sort of social media platforms. Insanity. These people hate the free press in reality. That's why they subsidize the press, because any press, the only press that they want to be around is stuff like the CBC, stuff that pretends to be right down the middle and centrist, or at least nonpartisan, and then just sort of subtly moves you in that liberal direction. The Liberals hate the free press. That is why they've had way more run-ins with Rebel News than just that one with David Menzies. They've had a lot of their bodyguards manhandle Rebel News journalists for trying to ask questions. You will get a lot of lawsuit threats from the Liberal Party if you try and report on anything. Andrew Shear, the Conservative Party in 2019, Andrew Shear, got sued by the Liberal Party for accurately spreading information about the SNC-Lavalin scandal. The Liberals do not like the truth. They do not like the free press. They consider the free press anything that is free of actual independent thought. If you are taking enough government money that you are scared of actually accurately portraying the truth, then the Liberals consider you the free press. Justin Trudeau is full of crap. He doesn't care about the free press in Canada or around the world. The man is a propagandist at heart. And think about, from Chrystia Freeland's perspective, how disgusting it is that she has still not apologized to David Menzies for that police officer, obviously under orders by her office to arrest anyone who tries to actually ask her a question. Because why else would a police officer randomly artificially generate that confrontation to get a false assault arrest going against David Menzies? Think about it from Freeland's perspective. She used to be a journalist herself in Eastern Europe, where free press is not always the free press is not always respected. You think that she in Canada would have a strong, a strong need to be able to protect the press, make sure that they can operate just like she was generally allowed to operate when she was a journalist. Nah. As soon as she's actually in office, she could care less. She will never answer an independent media person's question, and she will definitely not want them to come to one of her official press events. But Pierre Poilievre, because he doesn't like being accused of being far right, is dangerous anti-free press and indeed far right. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you say that you're not far right to a journalist accusing you of being far right and you go after them for lying, that indeed makes you far right. So this, again, remember, this is something that they use to portray Pierre Poilievre as anti-free press.
On the topic, I mean, in terms of your sort of strategy currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean, certainly you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, this and that, right wing. I mean, it's that type of ideological spectrum.
I never really talk about left or right.
Anyways, I don't
really believe in that.
Okay, a lot of people would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many.
That makes Pierre Poilievre far right because he pushes back against journalists. And it really demonstrates just how bad the media landscape has been in Canada for the past decade. It's just assumed that conservatives will just accept the smear questions given to them like Aaron O'Toole and Andrew Shear did. So if you actually end up standing up for yourself the way Pierre Poilievre does, that's over the line. That's not how things should work. That's far right. Whatever. The Liberals are complete clowns, and I think people are seeing through it. That's why I think this post did far more damage to the Liberals than they actually got any sort of propaganda value out of it. And the article that this was all based on is from the National Observer, which is just a clown outlet to even be citing. It's as bad as Press Progress is. It's just, I'm not sure who wrote that article. I'd love to go now and read it. But the idea that somehow pushing back against a journalist and taking issue with their questions is at all unacceptable. If the Liberals take issue with a Rebel News, True North question, National Post question, that's perfectly legitimate. Even if the journalist is accurate, you can take issue with anything you want. It's a free country, but not exactly, free for the free press in the Liberals' mind, only free for subsidized media. Oh, anyways, sorry for the rant. Anyways, I have my usual Give, Send, Go link in the description of this video. If you want to support the National Telegraph's, right to report the news, you can give money to that legal fund. We're being sued by a billionaire who doesn't like us doing accurate reporting on him and his donation history. So if you want to help support us and sort of loosen the burden of our $25,000 legal bills, donating there really helps us out. And then I myself am running for the Calgary Signal Hill Conservative Party nomination. So if you live in the riding of Calgary Signal Hill, it's this one right here. Make sure to buy a Conservative Party membership or get any of your friends who live in the riding to buy a membership, because we want real conservatives and independent media people to be in the next Conservative government to roll back all this anti-free speech garbage that the Liberals have shoveled onto us. Anyways, that should be it for me today, and there will be a live stream later today with me and Daniel Boardman. So if you got to this point of the video, make sure to check back in around 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain, and we might have started the live stream by then. So other than that, I hope everyone has a great day.